Hello, my young readers, and welcome back to the channel. You guys should be really curious about what's going on behind me because today's story is going to talk about how what's behind me is dealt with. So stay tuned. The name of this story is called The Berenstain Bears Visit the Firehouse by Mike Berenstain. Clang, 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 said Brother Bear, imitating a fire bell. Ew, ew, said Sister Bear, imitating a fire siren. Brum, brum, said Honey, imitating a fire truck. The cubs were playing firefighters, pretending their toy trucks were rushing to a fire.
You know, said Papa Bear, your cousin Wilbur is a real firefighter. He lives down at the firehouse.
Really? Said Brother. Do you think we could visit him?
Why not? Said Mama.
After all, he is family. Wow, said the cubs. A real firefighter. The Bear family drove to the firehouse. The firefighters were outside taking care of their trucks.
Hello, Cousin Wilbur,
said Papa. Hello there, said Cousin Wilbur. What brings you all down to the fire station? We wondered if we could get a tour of a real firehouse, said Mama. Good idea, said Cousin Wilbur. Hey, crew, he called to the firefighters. Meet my cousins, Mama, Papa, Brother, Sister, and Honey. The firefighters waved and greeted them. And meet a very special firefighter, our fire dog, the Dalmatian Paisley. A cute spotted dog trotted up and licked their hands. Did you know fire trucks are also called fire engines, said Cousin Wilbur. The standard truck is the pumper. It carries hoses and pumps water from a fire hydrant. A hook and ladder truck is bigger. It has a ladder that can reach up high on buildings during fires. Why is it called a hook and ladder truck? Asked Sister. Because of these, said Cousin Wilbur. Fire hooks are used to tear down walls and ceilings in a fire. Our biggest truck is a tiller rig, said Cousin Wilbur. It has two sections joined together so it can make sharp turns. Each section has its own driver. The driver who steers the rear section is called the tillerman. That's my job. Terrific, said Brother. Can we help you steer? Why not? Said Cousin Wilbur. After our tour, we'll go on a ride. Come inside and see all the gear we need for fighting fires, said Cousin Wilbur. Wow, said Sister. Look at all the neat stuff. It takes a lot of special equipment to fight fires, said Cousin Wilbur. What's that funny looking thing? Asked Brother. Those are the jaws of life, said Cousin Wilbur. We use them to pry things apart when we need to get into tight spaces. You need special clothes to fight fires too, said Cousin Wilbur. Would you like to try on these helmets? Do you live upstairs? Asked Mama. Yes, said Cousin Wilbur. Right this way. What's that for? Asked Brother. We slide down the fire pole from upstairs fast when it's a fire, said Cousin Wilbur. Is that safe? Asked Mama. Not always, said Cousin Wilbur. Some firehouses don't use them, but it is the quickest way to get downstairs. Bedroom, kitchen, storage room, common area. Everything we need is right here in the firehouse, said Cousin Wilbur. Rang the alarm bell on the wall. That means there's a fire, said Cousin Wilbur. Time to go. He grabbed the fire pole and slid down. The bear family followed on the stairs, except Mama. She got excited and slid down the pole too.
Mama Bear,
said Papa.
that wasn't very safe.
Sorry, said Mama, straightening her hat. I guess I got a little carried away. The firefighters put on their clothes and climbed on the trucks. Want to come along, cousins? Asked Cousin Wilbur. Yes, they all cried. The bear family put on fire clothes too and climbed aboard. Cousin Wilbur took brother, sister, and Honey with him to help steer the tiller rig. With sirens wailing and bells clanging, they roared away. They soon arrived at the fire. It was a smoky fire from a stove in a restaurant kitchen. The pumper truck squirted water. Firefighters climbed ladders to get folks down from the second floor. They rescued pets from upstairs too. An ambulance was on the scene. Luckily, no one was badly hurt, but the restaurant chef had a burned finger. Emergency workers put a bandage on it. Paisley helped by licking the chef's face. The fire was out now, and the firefighters packed up their gear. It was time to head back to the firehouse.
That was quite a tour,
said Papa as they drove away. Yes, said Mama. Very exciting. Brother, sister, and Honey helped Cousin steer. Here come the brave firefighters, they all cried. Clang, clang, clang went the fire bell. Ew, ew went the fire siren. Brum, brum went the fire truck. Well, that ends our story.
And I learned so much about fire trucks. I just didn't know. When I would see a fire truck, I never really thought about it, but this story, now I can look at a fire truck and kind of notice some differences.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because for me, when he talked about the jaws of life that's used to get tight spaces opened up some, I've known about the jaws of life, but I really never really thought about it. And if you don't know, it's a pretty big equipment, and this equipment will say you've got a car that it's rolled over in an accident. And when you have a car that rolls over, most times the roof has been crushed down some. And more than likely, there may be someone in there. But in order to get to that person, you got to get that roof opened up some. So the jaws of life is an equipment they would use to pry that roof open. So I'm really thankful for this story and kind of what it brought a little light to.
Now, here's something they didn't really go into when Cousin Wilbur was telling them that he lives at the firehouse, but a lot of firefighters that spend a lot of time there, and I mean days upon days upon days, maybe weeks, that they are really, really good cooks. They're the ones that's doing the cooking there. So that's something they didn't touch on a lot, but I just wanted you guys to know they really do a lot of good cooking in the firehouse most times.
Did you notice how excited Mama Bear got? Because when Cousin Wilbur was talking about how they do have the pole, that firehouse pole, and he explained how it's just a quicker way to get to the fire truck. And he says not all firehouse has it, but theirs does, and he uses it. And when the alarm came through that there was a fire emergency they had to go to, Wilbur took the pole. But what was just kind of funny to me is Mama took the pole. And when Mama Bear got down to the end, Papa Bear looked at her like, what got into you? And Mama Bear looked like she was as surprised as he was.
I noticed that too. I thought that was hilarious. But you know what, little darling?
No, what?
If it was me, I would have done the same thing. In fact, I would love to go on a tour of a firehouse right now and just go through there. And if there was a pole, I'd be one of the ones to jump down. That's how excited I would have been.
No, that would not be me. I would be doing what the Bear family did. I would have been walking down the stairs, is what I would be doing.
And I can totally see you doing that. But we've reached that time where I need to act like an egg and just beat it. Do not cue any Michael Jackson songs. I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!
Well, there goes Miss Triangel. Like a bullet, she is gone. But guys, just for the record, there was never going to be any Michael Jackson music queued up because, as you may or may not know, YouTube would have shut that down quick. You have to think copyright, copyright, copyright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and I hope you got a lot out of it. And until next time, my young readers, I am your little darling narrator, out.